This is RAPTHENEWS, and I want to start this video off on a note of something that happened to me when I was in my early 20s. I went to the gun store and I bought a nickel-plated .22. That's what I bought me, and I thought I was a shit, you know. And I took the gun home. I didn't put the bullets in it or anything. I put it in a locked drawer. And I went about my business, you know, going to work and coming back home, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, one day I wanted to play tough guy with the gun. I was like, how does it, if I was to take the gun and put it on somebody's head, how would that feel? So, I don't know if any of you guys ever did anything stupid like this, but I did it. So, I went and got the gun and I put it up to my head. And then I was like, now, what type of shit do you say to somebody when you got a gun up to their head? You just keep saying motherfucker over and over again. Motherfucker, motherfucker. They're like, what do you do? And so I'm in the mirror, looking at the gun up to my head, making tough faces and everything else, you know, Billy Badass with the gun. Anyway, and it's like, something like, now squeeze the trigger and hear that pop. You know, and I'm squeezing on the trigger, and then something said, don't squeeze the trigger, check the chamber. And I was like, and it's like, hear that pop, man, squeeze it. You know, you loked out, hit that damn, squeeze that damn trigger. And, you know, I don't know, it's like I had some training, man, and it told me to check the chamber every time. You know, even though I know for a fact I didn't put bullets in there, and even though myself, I wanted to choke my own self out, I was like, I didn't put no damn bullets in the fucking chamber. And I grabbed the chamber and I cocked it back, and a bullet fell out. My little sister had been stealing my gun, going to the hood and shooting at her boyfriend with my gun, and then coming politely and putting my gun back in my drawer, and she left a bullet in there, and I could have blew my brains out. Right? I'm in the room playing around, and everybody would have thought I committed suicide. And then I thought to myself, I said, now, how have I helped this world or people in it? What are people gonna think when I get laid down? Who's coming to my funeral? Are they gonna be thinking the same thing I was thinking at other people's funeral? Like, that dude went to hell. He did too much shit, you know. And then, is anybody gonna have anything good to say? You know, everybody is gonna be sorrowful. Is anybody gonna actually really cry? You know, I start thinking these things, man, at an early age, 20 something, man. And other incidents happen that keep sparking me awake. You know, I spun out on the freeway at high speed. Cars were crashing all around me. Yeah, because it was a car crash. I'm trying to avoid, like, if a car just abruptly just stopped completely, you going 80 or 90, and the car just stopped completely in front of you fast, and then you got to hit that steering wheel, and you know it's power steering, and it's going to make that whole car damn near flip, man, trying to get out of the way of the car so you don't just crash right into that car. So I'm hitting that steering wheel, man, and I'm just swerving, and other cars are swerving, and I can hear metal hitting metal everywhere around me. A car rolled past me, upside down, flying down the freeway. It turned upside down. It was going faster than I was going, upside down. You know, and then I finally got that damn mamma jamma man to stop, like, blah. You know, and the car still almost ran into me. It just barely missed me. And I was just backing up. I was like, I am not getting in no damn accident, man. You know, and it was, everybody around me was crashed. I was the only one that came out unscathed. And I just had to sit there and breathe for a minute, you know. And I said, you know, I got to get my shit together, man. Because if I had a died right here, what would, some of this kept saying, what would people think? You know. Anyway, I had a semi truck go over my vehicle at a job that I had. I had a woman come and pull a gun out on me at the job. I had a guy come and pull a shotgun at me, pretty much at the birth of one of my sons. He just pulled a shotgun on me over a parking space, and shot in the air. Anyway, and it just took one night, man. Then God just took me up one night in a vision, and He showed me my deeds. And you know what I said when I saw my record? I said, "You going to hell." I said, "There ain't no way I can get out of hell. I just did too much, in life, And the main thing that I saw on my deeds, stinking thinking. Just a bunch of stupid thinking, like betrayal, going to do this shit and going to do that shit, a bunch of that shit. And I said to myself, how come I just couldn't act right on earth? How come I just couldn't be nice? How come I couldn't be godly? I was saying all to myself up here. I said it's too late to pray. It's too late to apologize. I was saying all that. And then when God made me go back down in my body, and I felt myself going through that space and going through the buildings and everything else and right to my body. I woke up, my girlfriend was there. I woke her ass up and I said, "You got to get the fuck out of here." And I drove her to her daddy's house and dumped her ass right out like garbage. Just dumped her straight the fuck out. You got to go. And I need to get my life straight, And it took a long time to get my life straight, People think, oh, I told you the truth. You believe and your life is just going to instantly be straight. Nah. You got to go through a bunch of processes, man. Anyway, with that said, it got to the point is, with all the shit that you have done, people don't understand how forgiveness works. You just can't. Forgiveness don't take away the crime. Judgment is to pay you back for everything that you have done wrong or misappropriated in your life. Everybody you have done wrong, you have to pay for that. Every crime is punishable. Again, it goes to show you, Adam and Eve slipped in the garden. They got threw down to earth. Satan slipped in the garden, threw down to earth. Him and the boys did 1,000 years in hell. Because, why? You disobeyed God. People think God didn't change and sent you a Jesus. You stupid as hell. He false. The one y'all believing in, that's false. Adam had to pay for it. Eve had to pay for it. Satan had to pay for it. The angels, it ain't they angels, but they demons, they had to pay for it. I had to pay for it. My parents had to pay for it. And everybody that we know was paying for it. Nobody gets away with nothing. As a man sow, so shall he reap. God is not mocked. God ain't no fool. You sin, you pay the price. Everybody should get that. Life itself and history and the Bible and the Torah itself tell you everybody pays. We're over here in 400 years of captivity paying. And then you believing in Jesus that he died for it all. And people that went to hell already, and you think God that unfair. Nah. That's some falsehood. But I'm gonna say this, man. I wish someone had came and just told me, hey, you're living your life wrong. You should be saving that money. You should be investing in this and investing in that. No, I had no mentors. Nobody told me nothing. And the little stuff that I did know, I had to piece that together. I wish I had a father like myself to some degree. So he can just stay on my ass to do what's right. I don't know how it would turned out, but I would have been wiser. I know that. I would have known what to do with the money. I would have been bought property and animals and things like that and raised my own shit instead of going out and buying cars and rims and things that look good to impress people that you can't impress. Everybody trying to impress people that ain't impressed by you. Nobody's really if somebody is impressed by you, they're a fucking idiot. Unless they impress that you're more godlier than them. But if they impressed by material motherfucking things and shit like that, which anybody can get if they use their brain an ounce and try hard or just get lucky, they idiots. So I say this, man. People couldn't. If I had shot myself in the head back then, people couldn't have said nothing good about me. Too much. Oh, he liked the girls. Oh, he used to date a lot. I mean, everything they would say I'm going to hell. All right. So now I just start having empathy and thinking about other people and helping other people. I did before, but to a higher degree now, because I said, you know what? That's what you can do. You can help people. You can enlighten people. You can tell people the things that you wish somebody had told you. You know, and they have the opportunity to change their life. But you know what I know, man? Even if you do give the people information to change their life, 99% of the time people are too stupid to do it. They ain't gonna get up off their ass and do anything, right? They're not, and that's just it. I had a dream that God told me. Well, he called all our whole family in. I'm talking about every piece of family that we ever had. He called our whole family in, and they was all loud, and God's presence was in the room, and they was all loud and unruly and shit. And God said, you know, and I was like, everybody listen, God is talking. And he said, if this family can come together and worship me, I'll make you all millionaires. And I was happy in the dream. I was like, yes, yeah, God has said he's going to make us all. And everybody else put their head down and walked out. And I'm screaming in the dream, what is y'all doing? What is y'all doing? They walking out the door. And, you know, he asking too much. Like, I'm like, no, just turn to God. Why we had to do all of this? Why don't he just, he God, why don't he just, you know what I mean? They was just griping and complaining. And I said, is y'all crazy? And then finding yourself doing that in real life. And the thing is they are crazy. They straight crazy. And I realize right now, you know what the Spirit is telling me, and that's why I put that video out yesterday. The thing is, the demons have taken over. Babylon has fallen. So Babylon has fallen because the demons have taken over. These people, if you too dumb and your head is under a rock, everybody you meet is a Nephilim, is a damn demon. Kids, adults, elderly, the pastors, they all devils. And you know, I can't get people to understand or even believe that what the book is saying. That's what yesterday's video was about. I was going to do a video explaining that video in detail, and I still might do that. But you know, like I said, now if I die today, ladies and gentlemen, and I'm not saying nothing to brag and show off. Like I said, I never had shit, so I don't need that pat on the back. You can't give me shit now. You know what I mean? I ain't never had shit, and you can't give me shit now. I don't need no applause or no pat and no thank you or anything else. So that ain't why I'm saying this. I'm saying this so you could copy. You know, it's a good thing. It works. And so, just like I said, I've helped millions. I've told millions of people, and I'm not exaggerating. Over 6 million people I have reached. I have reached more than that, but I'm being modest. You know, with the good news, right? And a lot of people have came back and showed their appreciation to the Most High God by saying, you know, praise God for, you know, this message. And that's right, praise God for that message. And a lot of people didn't change the way they thought and change the way they live to such a degree that you have an impact on the whole world. Now I could die. Now if I die and I make the news or something, you know, or somebody just put the message out, rap the news die. Of course all the devils is gonna be happy because you did a wonderful job, you know. And but it's gonna be people who can actually say, you know, I helped them, instead of me being a fucking ignorant fool in the room, putting a gun up to my head and blowing my brains out on accident, and everybody think I committed suicide, and most likely end up going to hell because I'm stupid ass. So I say that again. At least I could say, when I die, I could die in peace and say I've helped many, many people from my heart. Well, I'm not going to ask you for a nickel. From my heart, I've helped you. Because it is who I am. And I want you to say the same thing. It's RAPTHENEWS.